Alright, so go back. The last time we were talking, right? I was actually I have okay, interesting. Alright, so I have anyway, so we're back. So I actually have reload working. And maybe that is going to be like reload working halfway because well, with the same demo project we've been running, which is this Wello project, the way I have it set up, and I think maybe it's an interesting thing that I do need to think about, is I had to do some rewrites because initially I was using like the cargo the cross-beam crate for channels, and one of the, I think maybe this is the part that kind of is a bit annoying, because while the cross-beam crate is great, it's the channels are not, they don't necessarily work with as sync because the API is sync, right? But now that a lot of the async stuff is done by Tokyo, sometimes it would be nice if you, not even sometimes, I think the ergonomics of the API is kind of broken, because the crossbeam doesn't do async, and it doesn't even offer any async options, which is not the fault of crossbeam. I just think they build it for a specific use case, and I think to be the most widely supported API surface that is best. But as we know, Rust async has a bit of rough edges in certain places, and so I did some rewrites, and I basically just re-implemented a lot of these things to use Tokyo's channels, which are great because they're part of the Tokyo crate anyway, and they work well. And so I think this is where the interesting part is, that I use like the broadcast channel, which is nice because it's like a multi-producer, multi-consumer, and that is the part that, okay, yeah, which is interesting because it was supposed to be multi-producer and multi-consumer. But what I'm finding is, like, I can't actually clone the sender, which was one of the things I actually wanted to do. Yeah, multi-producer, which is kind of odd, right? One should. So yeah, anyway, back to my problem. So the benefit of this is I can have, as you will see in this vein, I can have the cancel channel and be able to give as many of the receiver to anyone I care about that would like to listen to cancellations. I think which is interesting. Am I using this anywhere? Okay, I'm only using this here. And I think maybe in this case, it might be useful to maybe probably just use the center itself, so that the other type of operators, which I haven't gone through yet, explained anywhere in the stream, will be able to take their own receiver from the sender, because it's a broadcast stream in Tokyo, which means it's like you can clone the receiver, or you can resubscribe to the stream as many times as you can, which gives you like a unique receiver that then gets to be able to receive events once you send with the sender. Multicast, basically. Now, the issue I'm facing is, and I guess I can run it so you can see, right? Yeah, so if we run the local binary, which is like my playground to test this out, we can see that the TCP or HTTP1 reverse proxy is up and running, but no building of the binary and no running of the binary until I make a change. So I can do that now, so you can see. So the moment I make a change, the signal is received, the rebuilding signal gets received, calculate check, calculate build is done, the binary is done, finish building. It tries to kill the existing one if there is one. Maybe I should update that. And I could open the code so you can see it, right? Yeah, so let me see. This should be the code to like, okay, yeah, so this is run check. So this is the couple binary build. Yeah, so I probably just move this here so that it's actually correctly elaborating the change that I'm killing if there is actually one already running. So now you can see it restarted the binary after the rebuild, and the binary is now running on 3200 port. So if we go here, yeah, this guy basically works wonderfully. The reverse proxy also kind of works great. But if we go back to basically just running from start, the wonderful news of life happens. Like, and I think if I open the inspector, you can see the network actually. You can see how fun things get. Like, so it tries and it can't reach anything. So basically, because the server isn't set up. Now, this is not necessarily a problem in itself, because the trick is, right, I would at the start send basically like an initial trigger signal to everything works. But because I'm basically using the notifier, yeah, because I'm basically using the notifier, and one of the interesting part is because the operators, and I guess maybe I should introduce the operators a bit. So the way I envision this is not to, is to try and create like a crate, sorry, not a crate, a trait that it basically is like your general Java interfaces or your Golang interface, which basically just defines a certain run method, and the whole idea is they will receive like a broadcast receiver, and the general idea is broadcast receiver is like the cancel signal. I think I should rename this. It is cancel signal. Yeah, so they are supposed to receive like this broadcast that identifies, because some of this could be like async operations, and it could be operations that are run for a long time. So there are kind of like two subtypes of operators, that the way I've thought about them. And so the core idea is the run kind of encapsulate whatever the operator is supposed to do. This could be rerunning a binary that has been killed, watching a given directory and starting up again, which I actually do need to implement, because right now I'm really just creating a watcher, bare bones, and then doing some necessary tricks here and there. But I think the better goal is to make this an operator itself, so the operator can just get the argument it needs and does its work separate from everything else. And I think this, and there maybe has a signal or a sender that it can share, or a receiver rather, that it can share around, that could be cloned, or well, not that we could be cloned, because I think I like cloning better. But the whole idea is you can resubscribe to, or you can subscribe to the sender, in this case, and then get your own unique receiving channel, and then be able to react to whatever changes may occur. So that part is interesting, right? I think the annoying part I have right now is because, yeah, so I think if I, yeah, so, yeah, let me just finish with the operators because I think I may lose my thought here. Anyway, so the operator basically is a defined operation that could occur, however it may occur. And you can define how that internal details, and the way it's done is that the operators will kind of return like a join handle, and if you've done like Rust threading, or multi-threading, whatever, you know that when you spawn a thread, you kind of get a handle. And if you've done Python, it's kind of similar. I would even say it's like exactly the same API, kind of just cloned over. And what you get is a handle that you can then keep, and then later, maybe at the ending of your program, you can just say await, because you want to be sure that that thread was fully killed and cleaned up before you end your program. Else you could have like a memory leak or somewhere basically. So it returns the join handle. It's similar in Tokyo as well, because Tokyo async task also kind of return the join handle that you can await, so that if you're interested in knowing when that task is finished, and you can also kind of use it in similar. So this is the sync version, right? But I think I switched over to the Tokyo version because I was having a bit of issue with the sync version. Welcome to Rust Sync Life. Anyway, so it returns the join handle, and basically you can await that if you care about, oh, is this completed or not? Or we can keep it aside and maybe do like a bunch of futures on it and say, okay, future all, tell me when all of this synchronous operations are done. And so that's where there are like two types of operators, the way I imagine them. Ones are the sequential ones. The sequential ones are pretty simple, is that they of course they run in Tokyo task just to keep them. I was using thread before, but later I decided to make them async. So, but the core idea is that sequential is that it runs each job one by one, and the next one is not executed until the previous one is done. And that's when it continues. If it sees a failure, then it ends the loop, and you can get aware of, okay, stop blow up. The other one is the parallel ops, which is kind of idea is that we basically just do like a standard, and I think let me soft wrap. I think this is why I actually like Z. I think you can do this also in VS Code, but I actually like Z a lot for this a bit better because yeah, sorry, I just had a message. Yeah, so basically we loop through every single thing. Rust has nice streaming API kind of, which is nice. And then I think similar to kind of Java. I think maybe they took from Java side. And we map it all, basically run it, and give it the. And yeah, so this is the interesting part, right? Each gets like the receiver and subscribes. And I think this is where I have a problem, right? Because in Tokyo's broadcast channels, I think I should put on this light so that my face doesn't look so dark if I get close. Oh, yo, oh boy, that was light. All right, so I think the light should come on. Oh, okay, so that's better. Yeah, so it doesn't look so dark. Yeah, so so the way this, what was I doing? Yeah. So what we do is for the Tokyo's broadcast channels, which is basically like multi-consumer, multi-receiver, one of the key things you have to be aware of is if you resubscribe, you get an instance of a receiving channel, but you won't get any messages that is like pending on the sender, or even that same receiver. So for example, because a receiver's message is kind of like queued up, so there are like messages in the message box waiting for you to read. But if you resubscribe from the receiver side, you didn't get any of those queued up messages. You just get any messages after resubscription. And I think this is where the issue is for me, because I have a situation whereby I create the, what was that? The initial file change notification, which is that? Is that yeah, if I change broadcast channel, I queue up a signal for it to send to every single person, right? You can ignore this channel for now, and then this is the receiver is sent to the app builder, because the cargo binary app doesn't care about necessarily the changes of the file. It just cares that the binary is ready, and this is where that second broadcast channel is there, because this is now for I am the first operator, which is the Cockroach Shell builder. It's done building the app, it's done the check, it's done the build, everything's great. There wasn't any error, and then it sends the signal, and then and then that is given to this guy. But the issue is that this dude, whenever it gets cloned, which you can see here, because so one of the interesting part about Rust is ownership, right? And with ownership, you can either do like references and you're sending references around, which works, or you actually clone the instance so that ownership is clear. There is some cost to using references and using cloning, because cloning is basically copying, so there is some high cost in there. But in this case, because the goal is for these operators can be run multiple times, right? And there is a manager, which is this. One of the key issues I wanted to avoid is, and maybe there is a cost to this, because there is costs of always duplicating memory over and over again, is that the way I think about it is these things are what you can call like definitions. Just define behavior, and they have the parameters that then allows the behavior they define to operate. And so what happens is each time this runs and the operations occur, although it's taking a reference, because actually I'm sharing this, these internal details like the binary path, the project directory, the binary ags, and the notifier itself, the receiver, are not shared. They are not references. And I don't really want to make them references, because it's a bit more annoying, to be honest, code-wise. So what happens is, let me give you a nice example. Now let's go to that builder, right? So every single time I build a project, I get the project directory, but I don't want to move it. I want to clone it, right? Because I'm not trying to move it out of the builder. It needs that to work. But also similarly, I don't think I can. I mean, I don't want to have to wrap this around in an arc, which is non-mutable, and this has methods that are mutable, that require it to be mutable. And which then requires me to now put it into a mutex, which doesn't really work great. I googled around, I think that it can cause some issues. The benefit is to have your own unique, so each time it runs, each time the behavior occurs, what happens is basically I just get the build notification and I clone my own unique instance, which is interesting. Anyway, sidetracked. I get my own unique instance for the amount of time that this run method is going to run, right? It's going to be run multiple times, but multiple times will mean that the first time, let's say we're using the build notification as is. The thing with Rust is if you write a method for a class, and you're saying this method uses this class properties or this class field called, let's say, name. As far as Rust mental model, and as far as I understand it, so this could be wrong partially, not entirely wrong, but as far as Rust mental model is concerned, that field gets moved into the method. So especially, and I think it's very important when you're especially depending on the way you define the first attribute of a class, of a struct method. Either it is a reference in this case, which is, or it consumes the actual struct itself. And the whole idea of Rust consumption is that that particular instance in memory moves the location to and is owned by a method, and you can think of it in essence that it disappears. So the reason why we give it a reference is because we're saying, well, you're borrowing it, or you're using the struct that owns you as a method that is implemented on that struct, and then your basic ownership is temporary. You're just borrowing it for amount of time that you do your work. And so whatever you do, of course, you're going to release that ownership. And because of Rust borrow checking rules, which is basically like a method just owns for the instance when that method is, and it's kind of a way of just managing memory. A method that has reference of self basically uses the field of the struct that owns the method and borrows that struct to do its work within the period of a boundary, or call it the area where it does its work. Once it's done, it basically, as Rust compiler is concerned, the ownership of the struct moves back to whoever owns it originally. It could be the Rust runtime, which Rust doesn't actually have a runtime. Well, whatever manages the core memory. Basically, you can think of the Rust allocator in this case. Yeah. Now, the problem is that, number one, this wonderful build notification, and I think it wouldn't have been a problem if we weren't using like an async operation here. We are defining an async operation because remember, these things can be long run. All the caller gets is a join handle at the end, which can be like, okay, there's an operation happening somewhere, we don't know for how long, and it's going to get it back, and you can wait to know when that operation is done, or you can move on with your life and then later come back and check. We don't care. Because this is an async, and the whole idea is an async operation could be in an entirely new. You could think of it as it could be in the same thread. If you're doing like a one-thread microprocessor, which is rare these days. But generally, let's assume multi-threaded, a multi-core processor. So that could be spawned in a different thread entirely. So Rust now needs to move memory from this thread to that other one, which then has ownership. What that means is no more is this particular receiver channel being owned by the struct, because we're not sending the reference to it. I think this is interesting. I wonder if I should. No, that's going to create more headache. So what I do is I resubscribe through this receiver to the sender. Basically, I'm just saying, receiver, tell your sender to give you a new receiving handle. Then I can use that unique receiver for this method and send it to the asynchronous operation, whereby the operation runs, and I can receive from that new second receiver, and everybody's fine. And I think this particular Kako binary operator is also clonable, so you can clone it if you want to create a new instance. And one of my requirements is also that this should be easy to also clone. This is not clonable. It doesn't implement clone trait. So what I simply do, I just resubscribe, give it its own unique receiver, because I think it's supposed to be shared anyway, in the sense that you can have your own receive channel and do whatever you want to do as a unique instance. Now, so that long story, I need to. So there is a way I can solve this entirely. It's more of just a personal preference, I think, which is the issue is that I could have, this part is also a problem. The sender could also be shared across this. My attempts at that has shown this to be probable because the sender also does implement clone, so I can clone the sender, which is weird because it's supposed to be, according to its multi-producer right. Let me see. So this then means that, so okay, in a unique perfect world, if let's say this implemented a clone, I should have just been I should have just been able to clone this across to everyone, and then let them create their own receiver channel and say just subscribe and get their own receiver, and everybody's fine, and that initial signal should work and everybody should be happy da da da. But from my initial check, when I was playing with this, I don't like this, to be honest. Ew. Ignore that. Okay. Okay, my bad on that one. Anyway, before that, which is annoying, this is embarrassing, but whatever. Before that, the issue I'm having was, in my mental model, the operator run signature in my mind shouldn't be have a sender, right? You have a broadcast sender, because it's like, in my mind, if I am a nobody who hasn't implemented this at all, and I'm coming to the crate, I'm like, oh, the operator trait has a run method that gets a sender. Oh, so that things could send signal. But nobody's sending signals. Everybody's really, at the end, really coerced to receive something, right? And then to do something with that signal, either to reload itself, because in this case, file has changed and I want you to reload yourself, or and you may be sending something that internally, but from an outside perspective, I don't want people to assume that it is that channel that I supply at, which is a sender channel, is where they receive it, is where they're sending stuff out, because that could create problems, right, when you think about someone trying to understand what the code is doing. So that's why I don't want to share the sender all about. So one thing I'm thinking of is maybe to have, like, instead of like the cancel, to have another trait that says, okay, you can get this trait, and this trait can kind of give you the receiver, and instead of the actual receiver itself, it could just be, oh, you have the trait that can deliver to you a receiving channel for whatever you want to do, which is nice, because then this kind of matches the current behavior whereby we are simply basically cloning the subscriber here. You could just say, oh, notification boss gave me a receiving channel, right? Which is nicer. It kind of still keeps with the clarity I'm trying to communicate in the code, so that people kind of understand just looking at the trait. Okay, so it's getting something, it's going to do something whatever it gets, rather than it can send something out, but internally people could be doing shenanigans with it. So like I said, it's personal preference, but I prefer clarity over quick get a solution that may not necessarily make sense in the long run, because which is me anyway, I'm the one who owns the project, but I still prefer to be able to look at the code and understand, oh, this trait is what is implementing, so it must do something, because there is a semantic here that the code represents. And I think that's key when you're writing code. It should be clear. It shouldn't be ambiguous or confusing for someone else. Anyway, so yeah, so now as you can see, our dear reverse proxy kind of fails, because nothing until I go here now. So what happens is the watch handle, which is this, like I said, I've abstracted this out into like its own crate, so this can be reused anywhere I need. We basically just have the bounce, and I think I explained this previously, and basically all it does is takes a function and you can do whatever you want to do in that function. So basically the function just takes the file sender, in this case moves it, and then sends stuff. I think maybe this is where I had issue in the previous one. So let me see, can I clone this? Let's say watch callback sender. What was that? Okay, so file change, that's cool. So I think initially when I wrote this way, I was having issues there, and I think it was causing me some headache. Cool. So I'd written that a bit. So let me see. So did I fix my own issue, or did I blow it off? I think I fixed it. Okay. Anyway, so back to square one. So we have to come in here right now. So yeah, and then that's fixed. So yeah, I need to fix that now. And having to talk to the stream is actually helpful, because now I have a better idea of what I would like in a mental world there. So portrait, receiver, and I can call it manager, but I don't like it. Receiver, host. Oh. I don't want to use. I'm thinking channel giver. That's stupid. Okay, a channel manager. It's normal, but I don't want to use manager. Channeler. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna give like receive channels. Okay, a receiver. Okay, add this. All right, receivers. All right, maybe I should spell this a bit better instead of receivers, and then it's gonna be FN. Just get or give. Ooh, I'm liking this name. So it could be broadcast channel. This is interesting part, because this is not really okay. I think I shut myself out here on my explanation, because I mean I can see where point is, but this trade is really for something else, for my own personal use. And the thing is, yeah, I think I just showed myself in my explanation earlier. Yeah, because it's not really about the trade definition. It receives a cancel signal. That doesn't matter, right? What we're talking about is how we did this, and I think maybe this is where we have like a code smell, right? Because in my mental model, how these things are communicating with each other, as regards how they're getting the internal receiving channel, right? It's throwing me off, and I think maybe this is where this is a notification to me that I have a really bad code smell. Yeah, I think I have a bad code smell. So, yeah. Okay, so just for your clarity or your understanding, I took the fact that I'm using channels here, and the fact that this is taking channels as well, and mumbled them in my head. And when I look at the operator definition trait, because of the underlying concept being the same there, I kind of mentally connected those two, and they're not really, because these two broadcast channels really are just about how these two trait implementation of the trait works, because they do totally different things. And in essence, those things don't need to be connected. They don't actually need to be connected, right? They just out there because of the underlying mechanics they use to communicate. So what we can do is the thing I actually didn't want to do, which is send the channel in, but because it's not spoiling this anyway, and that's fine. That's fine. That's ultimately fine, because I am sending the finished build assembly, right? There's nothing wrong to say send the file chain sender in there, and then this would take that and then basically receive a receiver. Although that also kind of means that we are moving. Well, annoying. So can I give this as a reference? I need to use it to get whatever it means, and self. let's do that. Hot change. Sender. Yeah, that should be alright. Is there anybody else using power chain sender? Yes, I guess there's that one, so we can clone it. I guess I have to apologize to the Tokyo Crate owners, right? And then we can go to this guy. Declaration. Yeah, and just change this to sender. And then put a comment here. Because we want to I don't like this, but I think it does the job well, and I think maybe a bit of comment might be nice instead. Yeah, I think this should resolve the consternation I have. Instead of subscribe, I'm just gonna get subscribe, and we are good. Yeah. Yeah, just clone it. Yeah, I think that works. But I'm wondering, why do I need clone anyway? But for now, I'll leave it. Yeah. So I think if we do the same to this guy. Oh yeah, sorry, this is the same method. So just message for this one. Oh yes. Yeah, sender. Then the sender, so we can create as many. A subscriber, receivers as needed. Yeah. So I think I should mention that clone has cost, right? You just don't want to clone every single thing every single time, because that's memory copy operations that needs to occur. But in this case, I would like to allow these guys to be clonable, just as a default. As you can see, because I'm using a lot of Tokyo spawn here, I do clone this actually quite a bit. So every single time it needs to run itself, it does a clone, because we don't want to move it or consume it and thereby lose the instance. So the async operation can be in itself owned and do whatever it needs, and then the memory can be cleared out. Oh, that is broad. Okay. Yeah, so with the subscriber now, we can just, sorry, with the sender now, we can just subscribe. And I think that should be fine. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, everybody should be happy now. Except for the main, anyway. Yo. Clone. Oh no. Oh, this is an interesting part. I think I commented a bit earlier. And this, I think it's similar. Yeah, similar issue, right? I cover subscribe, but I think it's just better to just use the sender. So you guys can take a break and just, yeah, read like a sender. But this owns it. No, I think that makes more sense. Yeah. A lot of cloning. But I prefer that. Ownership. I think just make ownership a bit simpler. And then later, if we think we're using a lot of memory because of this clone, which I doubt, this is not like a crazy big project. There's going to be a lot of trashing of memory like that. It's just initial setup, and it's fine. Yeah, so I think with that, things should be a lot more simpler. This guy has his own clone. It uses that. One of the annoyances I think I have with Rust is I wish I could use this handle and Rust will automatically clone it without me having to do clone. But that kind of magic can also be annoying because then you kind of lose context of okay, what's going on here. How come it's being used here and then it's getting used later on, right? So let's see. Does this fix my problem? Do I have my delectable issues? Which is interesting. I'm not seeing. Oh yes, we do have a problem actually. Ooh, call. Oh, there's a runtime panic. Yeah, this part is interesting. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Do-do-do-do-do. Am I using a broadcast wrong? The maximum number of message channel can retain at a given time. Just reduce it. Just maybe let's say 5. Let's say 5. I'm okay with 5. SM must be returned until receiver handles receive a clone. Cool. Closing window, senders haven't dropped. Yeah, it's not been dropped. Okay. That is super interesting. Should initialize trigger. What am I missing? Sound. That'd be nice if it gave me an error or something. Panic. Why did you panic? Alright, let's not just throw a misfit. Let's try to understand this error. Match. Send or resolve. I'd like to know what error this is having. Okay, match. Okay, we're good. Let me understand your error. Failed to send because of Boobla debug mode. And I'll panic here. I'm interested in this. Where to send? It's okay. Let's find out. Why did you panic? What runtime killed you? Show me. Okay. So, fail to because of send error. That is very interesting. Oh, Okay, now I understand it. So now that we are sharing the sender across, right? The general core idea is that there are no receivers yet. Why? Because we haven't started it. By calling the managers, the operators, or the main core operator, which is parallel ops run, which is okay. Okay, I kind of find that annoying, but okay. Oh, this is interesting now. This is very, very interesting. This is very, very, very interesting. Shouldn't I be able to just load up and let it decide when the return value okay doesn't mean that the send value is about receivers, blah blah blah. Because I like to just queue it up, right, and then let it do whatever it needs, because it's like I think we can do. So we can do this, and I think if I run it again, we shouldn't have like this runtime error. But whether now we need to still, do this. So yeah, we still need to now do this. Gosh, this is what I was trying to fix in the first place. Really? That sucks. I mean, the semantics should be I should be able to queue this up, and then know when the receivers are there, just shoot it out. You know, like boom. I mean, I could basically what you will call spawn this in a thread somewhere, and then tell it to wait like maybe like a few nanoseconds or for doing that. But it's kind of annoying, right? It shouldn't be that annoying to get what I want. Okay. So it's a channel that wants to annoy me. So I cannot queue up something. I say queue it up for later. Is this your world we are living in that I cannot queue it up? Why? Why are you trying to annoy me? Could do that, right? Like I really know what you're talking about. Okay, let's do this. So if I do this, say receiver, receiver, right? There's a single subscriber. Yeah, there's a single okay. Yeah, so like build receiver. I can't believe this is the most dumbest shit the dumbest stuff I would have to do just to make this work the way I would like it to. But let's see. Will this fix the qualms it has with me wanting to queue stuff up? Because it says it needs 1 subscriber. Okay, saw me. Anyway, and that is. We should figure it out. Like, the subscriber immediately gets the message. The others haven't subscribed yet, and okay. Then I have an idea. Let's do this. And this is something I've always wondered actually. Command up. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna wait immediately. We're gonna do command up, right? Because the key is anyway, and then do run. So we kickstart the process. It already spawns it anyway into a bunch of Tokyo tasks anyway, which are like basically just queued up tasks. I am not sure if it will. This is we can find this out together anyway. But if it does, that would be interesting actually, because I've always wondered, right? Because I always wonder, like, is it until I do the wait before Tokyo begins to execute, or does it do that? Does it do that? I can read the code to find out, but I'll just be lazy on this one. Let's see. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Works. Okay. Alright, so I can do this now. I can clear this out and just use expect. Oh, they keep me celebrating on small things. That's fun. Alright, so we can actually just do expect. Should have delivered trigger message. That should solve this. Did I have an error somewhere? Did I blow something up? What did I blow up? Oh yeah, match. Don't need that. Yeah. That. Okay, so we can actually do away with this because we now we don't need this once for a dumb idea I was thinking of. And I think, yeah, I think we can say this is almost done. So, which is irony, I have reload working for, but okay, actually we can actually do this. So, because Kafka actually just has like a watch, X run. I don't know if this will work that way. I haven't used it for binary, so we can just leave it for now. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, so yeah, that works, and it's lovely. Hit build. The building is done. It triggers the. There's no guarantee this will occur in this order. So just to be clear, but at least if we go back, it should all be good. So at least we can say proof concept of how it works and working. So now I just need to implement this as an operator. And I think that should at least spell the finalization of this part, which is good because I think what next will be like doing auto reloading with an SSE, connection from the, and I think this is where I have a bit of, I had to accept the solution of having to send the sender and clone it around. I'm having to accept one thing is that there are two ways of this. One, the first way is like the simple gets me to finish line. It's not perfect, but it works. Is the reverse proxy will have an endpoint, and this is why I actually had to move from tunnel to an HTTP reverse proxy, because I want to be able to, so if we go into streams here and look at the implementation of, so the initial implementation, I don't know if I think I should have that, but it doesn't actually end this anyway. So if we go into proxy, I think I should have the tunnel here, just like the first implementation. Yeah, so we have the tunnel, blah blah blah. I think we can just go to declaration for me. Yeah. Oh, okay, so they're all in proxy. So the initial information I had was basically like a tunnel, which basically just streams tunnel. And like I said before, this is super simple. It just creates, every single time you connect, and it gets like a HTTP connection from the source, it will just create a connection to the destination. Yeah, I need to fix that one. I was previously using crossbeam, so I had to like do like a broadcast internally. So this is not necessarily required. I can actually just apply it in here from the operator, and that should be fine. But that aside, we can always fix that later. So anyway, it creates a connection to the destination, which is the remote in this case, and it splits the remote into like its reader and its writer on both sides. And so basically what we do is we stream from the source, which is like the client, to the writer of the destination, and from the writer, the reader to the writer. So basically like takes data from this connection, writes to the writer of that final destination, and takes data from the reader of the remote destination and writes to the writer of the source destination. Basically, like proxying. It looks nicer in Go, but yeah, I mean this works. It's Rust anyway, so it makes sense. And yeah, I just logged the error and didn't do anything heavy with it. We can blow it up, but I think this is okay for now. I will figure out if I need to raise it to the higher level of, oh, something blew up here. Yeah, so I think that looks good. Okay, so yeah, with the HTTP one, what I did was I wanted to have a bit more control. Thanks to Hyper, I can basically just create like a standard service, or a Hyper service, which basically just will take a HTTP request and send out a response. And the benefit of this is I can then do stuff like, oops, sorry, say the container or whatever definition of the source and remote destination can have internal routes, so like sub-routes. And the cool thing then is I can then create like a route to say this route whenever, and I'm not using like a custom route implementation. I'm just doing like simple path matching. So this doesn't support like custom like dynamic routes. It's just a static route, and say okay, then I can later add route in this and say okay, this route is for SSE connection at the reverse proxy side. And the client, now this is the solution one of those two solutions. The client can say okay, the first solution will be, I am going to, because I'm now aware there's a reverse proxy, because it's developing server, right? So it doesn't matter. I'm now aware, and I'm going to create like an SSE, a server sent event connection from the client to this reverse proxy endpoint, which is basically where I think I'm being loaded from. And then when I receive a signal, which is because SSE is like server only events, and I can reload myself. That's solution one. The more advanced and the more ideal solution would be, which requires more work, is that whenever these two endpoints are sending HTML together, and this can get complex as we like. You can say, okay, I want it more complicated. It's only specific pages, each for development or anything that makes sense. But for normal, it's basically just anytime I think that these two are communicating HTML to each other, I'm going to hook into that HTML, and then I'm going to add a script tag with a source that already has all the details of how to connect to my SSE endpoint, and then it's going to automatically reload. Now some people say, why are you wasting your time, just use WebSocket? I don't want to use WebSocket, so I just don't want. There's nothing wrong with it. You can use it. Most use it. Actually, all the solutions that I know about use it. I don't want to use it. I like SSE, so whatever. So that's more advanced solution, more user-friendly. If I'm using this for development, which I plan to, I don't have to do anything. While the first solution, I do need to load up a script, and it's going to be part of the project anyway. And as far as I load it up into the HTML page, and to all the HTML page, so maybe later that second solution will be implemented. Then things will basically work without, and as far as the script is there to connect and to just reload the page the moment there is a signal from the server that, oh, stuff's changed, I just rebuilt, the new build is up, reload yourself. So that's like goal one. So I was initially building some core code with this, some HTML parser, some other stuff, but I realized I was always doing all of the back-end work, and I wanted something more visual. So that's why I'm doing this. And yes, I'm reinventing the wheel, but sometimes it's okay to reinvent the wheel and have fun while doing it. And at least I get to share with you all as I build up stuff in Rust. So now that is done, we can now look at this code and re-implement it in as an operator. So I'll probably be quiet for a while. Probably interject now and then as I do this. So I think I like to remove this from cargo ops. I probably like to change this name from cargo ops to something maybe. Oh yeah, I use R to rename in VS Code, but I haven't done that here. Let me see. So is this mine? I think this. Hey map. So if you open the defaults and then I do a tab B, I like my customizations actually. Rename. Okay, F2 for editor rename. So what I can, let me test this out. I don't know if that works. F2. It works. So now I can basically in my own personal key map, and I start in editor and design workspace editor, and then I can come in here and just do. Do I want to do R only? Okay, then this has to be very unique because it's gonna be. Do I have a tab R somewhere? I should. No, I know. Oh, I do not. Ooh, fun. Okay, then I can just do a customization and say tab R, and will be editor rename. Alright. Really? Do I have this already allocated somewhere? Value not accepted. Editor rename. Oh, capital, not small. My mistake. Alright, so now that that is done, we can close this, and this is. I like this experience a bit more. Yeah, sorry, I think my camera decided to die on me. Very annoying. My camera decided to zips on me, so you guys weren't seeing me much earlier. Disappointing, very disappointing. Okay, and we're back. So we can basically just, yeah. I like to rename this just cargo. I've been avoiding it earlier. Oops. Tab out. Really? Isn't that kicking in? Was there multiple rename? Whatever, I'll do that later. Ooh. Does that mean it's gonna work if I do it in here? Oh! But I feel like I already set that up earlier. Let me see. Key maps. Wait, where did I set that up? Why is it not? Oh, okay, I did it in a workspace. I was wondering why that didn't behave correctly. Okay, I guess I. Yeah, so just tell me, it's okay. Okay, so I think if I do this, okay, so okay, I need to go fix that up. Whatever. Anyway, shift. Oh, I messed that. That might not be my fault. Yeah, probably like shift R. Shift R? No, I didn't know. Oh, okay. Okay. I was surprised when it was saying so on. Alright, let's do this together. Okay, so let's do tab B, shift R. Shift R? Yeah, Vim toggle replace. Ooh, okay. Where under Vim control and not menu. That is surprising. I'm not sure that's what I'm looking for. No, not what I'm looking for. Let's do the old thing. Okay, yeah, maybe better. So let's do line project panel. Yeah. Project panel, not editing. Yeah. I knew it can't just be that. It has to be something uniquely special. It's fun. Alright, so let's do that. And then I can joyfully have my own behavioral in the project panel side. So I might name this something, but for the life of me, can't remember what I named to move to the project panel. Maybe I should make it a tab P. Okay, so toggle. I know no, not that one. Style workspace, project panel, toggle focus. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Tab P. Yeah, it's not a clue. It's sorts, man. Sorts. Okay, now let's go fix that. Whatever, we'll just fix it later. I just want to name this to cargo. And then we can. Oh, yeah. If you guys would like to learn a nice way for like Rust project management, there's this YouTube channel I watch. It was nice. I actually like his approach. So I can show you. Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy. Let's see. Yeah, Rust project structure. So no pay Jeremy Cohn. It has a really nice Rust project structure overall video. I highly recommend. I actually really like his approach. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can get it. Yeah, so basically that. So let me just put this aside and remember to put that in the description as well. So I'll also drop in the chat just in case. Find Rust. Yeah, so pretty nice. Yeah, I'll put it in the description later. Okay, so I think so yeah, the question is where do I want to put the watcher operator? I'm not sure I want to put it in calculus. I don't think it makes sense there, so we can just do like watchers or in cars. Oops. Oh yeah, sorry. That was a Shift D, Shift R. I will make it my way. Okay. I think you could do that, that should be fine. I can include it in the mode watchers. Yes. And we can just, because I don't want it to be like dev server watchers blah. So it's just dev servers at this stage. So we can export all the content and just keep that in internally clean for our use case. And then I think you can. Wow, I can do watches here. I don't know if you guys have like a good recommender for like interesting. Okay, let's do dev server source. Yeah, it's exactly. Anyway, so what I was going, if you guys have like a good recommender for. Ooh, I have an error. Maybe that's why it was running up. Okay, what's the error? Line 18. Oh, why would that be a problem? Missing property bindings. Oh, explains my problem. My apologies. Alright, so that solves that problem. But I wonder, maybe shift is not so bad. Shift D, shift R. It's kind of nice. Let's keep it. Shift R. It's not so bad. I can get used to it. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Alright, okay, so that solves that. No more annoyance. So yeah, I think if I look at my live again, I think yeah, no positions that stuff for now. So we can know basically use operator. Sorry. Wait. Yeah, I think we can just use that way. Probably when I use more. And then yeah, obstruct. Actually, watcher. I don't think we need to call like a directory watcher operator. That would just be like a tautology. So we can just keep it clean, simple. So directory watcher. Yeah. So like directory. Okay, make it pub. I can't go. So my mentality on making things to feel public has been kind of messed up, I would say. Not messed up in a bad way. It's just in Go you always have to think about like hiding a lot of stuff because you don't want to expose it to the public. Some people don't care, so they just allow that. While I had a lot of internal struggle of whether I should make stuff public, so I just always go default on making it private because in my head I'm trying to be defensive. But I always remember something one of my old bosses always tell me: don't try and stop people from being stupid. You know, like if they want to be stupid, let them be stupid, right? So in this case, I'm just gonna leave it pub. I have no reason to make it private, so I don't care. And we can basically so tags over just structures. I've come to like his approach of structuring code and marking things with some good old text. So you may not like it, but I think it's nice. I really enjoy watching his streams. So pop fn, yeah, new. Yeah, so the directory. So, no, so. Oh yeah, and one of the things I learned from him is this idea of using the into trait. So it allows a lot of nicer ergonomics, right? Because now people were using the okay, what's the problem? I really miss LLMs, to be honest. Okay, it's complaints about it should be dynamic. Really? Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna do like a S. So like a meta type definition, and we can do where S is into string. Yeah, that's all that. Anyway, so the nice thing about this is then this allows me to, because if you note, a lot of times I usually like use string from. And that kind of annoys me, like, why can't you just use like a normal string? Because in Rush, like a normal quotes a string, this is a reference, like a memory reference location to the string, or to where the slice of characters is located. And so you can't just create a string from that, you have to create like an own string. Unless you're specifically saying, okay, whatever value this is getting is a static reference string. I always find that annoying. until I saw that he actually used like into string, which is kind of nice because now I can do. So let's play around with it. I can do, let's say, what's that right now? Watcher rather. I can do the watcher beside it, right? And I can do like directory, or let me see, project watcher. Maybe be more project directory watcher. Small shorthand. Maybe make it long. Just a few more letters anyway. And then do directory watcher new. And I can do like Alex. And everybody's happy. Because I don't have to do like string from. Rust's trace system is sweet, especially when you use it well. And it's just nicer, it's cleaner. I just prefer it. In this case, we're not doing that. We can do like demo directory here. Yeah, I'm gonna move all this out. We can just do, yeah, file change sender .clone. Yeah, I'm not writing tests yet. I should, to be honest. But for now, I'm just, for speed's sake, which is kind of annoying. I actually prefer to really do TDD. But for now, for speed's sake, I'm just gonna quickly do, because I actually want to quickly get this over with. I've been kind of delaying on it. And luckily today I have a day off from work, so I can spend a bit more time on this and get it done out. So yeah, so some core details. I like core. Yeah, so implement the operator for directory watcher. Oh yeah, one thing I've actually been looking for a way to figure out is what the heck is this? Zappy thing. I don't know if there's a way I can find out the name for it. Like suggestion, like. Okay, let me see. Is that lightning symbol? I wonder if anybody has a name for it. Because I like to set a specific. Okay, so code actions. Yeah, because I like to set up a custom binding for it so I can. Oh, Zivin, no wonder I was seeing. Okay, probably explains a lot. Yeah, I just. Okay, so action. Probably not what I'm looking for. Code action. Okay, so whenever you say lightning bolt next to the gutter, it means the code action is available. For the current console location from the language server, you can click the lightning bolt or press CMD. I can find it with the commands. CMD plus dot. All dot. Okay. That's annoying. Okay, so this is Linux NVIDIA. We just use control instead. Control dash dot. Got it. Yeah, I have my screen this way, so I was able to relocate my face just to get back to the screen. But now I can be more lazy and make this the way I would like it to be, which is, oh well, where is that? Was that in the editor? Oh yeah, editor still. So yeah, I can just do this. Usually I had a setup in VS Code where I use like a tab key map 1, right? I know I've used tab A for something, so using that again is going to be annoying because I need to remap it and all that. So yeah, I have tab A for select all, which is okay. So usually what I did was I had a way to say when I'm using like the key maps on my keyboard, so basically these guys, then it should do something unique. So if I use tab 1, it won't affect. I'm not sure if there's a way for me in Z to say use the key number pad. Okay, let me see if I can do a quick search, because I have been shown to be done. I can just search Z mapping for numpad. Let me see. Ooh, someone asked for it. Is it? Oh, it's still open. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so is there any? Yeah, I gotta check the default one. Is there any unique stuff for that says numpad? No. Oh. Probably not. Okay, let's see. Numpad enter is currently completed. I would expect this is blah 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 blah. Okay. I mean, they didn't seem to have merged this. Add support for numpad keys in Linux, which I would expect. SKB key sim get name to lower. Okay, but how would I reference this in key sim? K sim IRT. Okay. How would one reference this in config? Okay, let's do it. Nobody answered. Funny. Oh, no, I don't think I'm not trying to log in. I just want to check something. Okay, just go here. Maybe it's something that is there and I'm just being dumb. Let's do a quick search. Underlying numbers. Oh, my lord. My lord. My lord, my god. Okay, let's look. Okay. No. Yeah, we'll figure this one out later. It's not, for now, I'll just do it later. It's a waste of space and time right now. Figure it out later, but at least we know what actions to play around with. So yeah, I can do that. So yeah, so basically hub file change sender broadcast sender sends an empty struct. I usually leave a comma at the end because I'm kind of used to Python's way of things. And it's kind of, or maybe it's my own setup way of things. Yeah, this is weird. Why does it always happen every single time? Because of the code actions. I'm not sure anyway, so I'm sure I have to do this. Yeah, I guess it cleans that up for me. So we can just use mouse for now. I'll set that up later. But I should know the key binds for that anyway. Yeah, so coolio. So I'm just gonna open this on the side because I like to pick up something I want from there. Yeah. Which is ironic, I could just use key bindings for this, but I gotten too used to. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so if we I'll change, create a subscriber that I can use here. Oh, one thing to note is, in Rust, if you end up using like self inside the async task or thread, especially if you do like a move, all of that just references get moved, like ownership. You don't want to do that. That is a pain in the ass to deal with. I haven't like fully figured out how to. I mean, one way is to use like a reference. Like let's say I implement this on arc directory watcher. So I'm just saying like it's referenced by okay, reference counted. Let me go there. It's far more easy to explain. Yeah, so basically in Rust, there's like a thread safe way of doing reference counting, basically like a reference to a type that you can share across thread. One thing to note is that you can mutate. It's like you can hold it, you can read it, but you can write to it. And if you want to write to it, then you can actually do like a mutex, which, if I remember correctly, I do this automatically. I'm not sure if I can just send mutex all by tune. So usually you can also wrap it in like an arc as well. So arc mutex this. So if you have some field in a struct that you want to use in a thread or a Tokyo task, make sure to just, that's why I clone. So I can get a copy of it and do whatever I need to do in there, unless it's a reference type. If it's a reference type, you can clone the reference and use that. Let's say it's covered by arc, because all you want to do is read it, then that's fine. If you want to write to it, then wrap it in an arc mutex, and you're good to go. A little runtime cost, but it doesn't matter, to be honest. It's okay. So yeah, in this case, I don't need any of this stuff. I just so I remember setting this up to something, but I am not sure if I really. I can just do this anyway. But I have key bindings for that, but I forgot it because I don't use them often. But I should figure that out. Maybe tab one. Okay, no, that's not tab. Whatever. Okay, so basically I just need to move this in. So yeah, we can just do like the watch in there. We can just do the watch in here. It's like less watcher. You don't need to wait for any signal anyway, so it's basically the one sending the signal. Yeah. And yeah, it has the call function here, which is this guy. Okay, that's fun. Oh, actually, we'll be using the sender itself now, so let sender copy. Self that file change sender. Finally, using the sender itself. Can I copy it? I wonder if I'm using it. Whatever, just make it direct, clear. That we're copying it anyway, so that doesn't matter. Which brings the question: I mean, there was one need to do whatever. Because all I care about, I don't need to do a sync here. I just need to return a handle that would, yes, okay, good. A handle that will die only when it dies, so we can, yeah, we don't need any of this. We can do yeah, so, okay. So spawn blocking, I have used this before. This is annoying. I used this somewhere already. Tokyo. That should be blocking, right? Okay, that's annoying. Ooh, was it Tokyo task? Yeah. So it's basically like a spawn. Doesn't need an async task. It's just a function that returns handle. Yeah. Doesn't need to be async. Yeah. Doesn't need to be async anyway. So I just return a handle that would just take the watch handle, join, and expect. I know we don't need to do expect. We can just return an error. Oops, the other person. Match. Okay, everything's okay. Then I can just return okay. And then if there's an error, then I will return the error. That's it though. Do enter so that takes the correct type. Yeah, I know. Self dot self dot directory, right? Do I need to move it? Yeah, and then import this crate. Oh no. This is from the watch utilities. Always, yeah. So watch details. Maybe we could just bring it in. Watch path directly. That's alright. Oh yeah, I'm using that in that crate. Now I need to copy it into this crate. Fun. Okay. Watch utilities, and I can just put like default features. I do need to check. Did I make that default features? Yeah, probably not, because it's really macOS specific anyway. Default features. So anyway, I'll leave that as is. We can always look at that later. Okay, cargo watcher field. The command provisional blah blah blah. I know. It's not there. I didn't put it there yet, and now I'm putting it there. Cargo build. I'm sure that. Yes, I know. Calm down. I'm not taking anything from there. Oh, yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. Watch path. Everybody should be happy now. Ooh. Last time was silly. My apologies. Yes, I mean, if it didn't create that successfully, I want that to blow up anyway. Alright, so what's the problem? What's the issue, my dear friend? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh yeah, sorry. Required to keep it to say an argument, but just name it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Type annotation either cannot refer type of type T to box. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it should be alright to just send it across. I think it should just yeah, it should be alright. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is yes, just join. Yes. I need to be right. Yes. Why is it not finding the? Oh yeah. It's the first one. This is silly of me. Yes, this was what I expected. This Strag, Bogstein Reverse, and Bogstein STD, any Sandwalker. Okay. Construct test join handle. The result in any. I wonder if I can box this. I'm doing this a bit of. I'm not sure that is the sensible thing to do, but let's see. Yeah, I figure it's gonna complain. Dying cannot be shared between threads safely because it's. You know what? I have a better idea. Okay, I'm just gonna do an error. Pub enum directory. Watch out. Error. Fail to finish correctly. Better. And for this, I am going to implement error. Oh, I'm just gonna copy because I'm lazy right now. What are you? Oh yeah, I have it in types, right? Really? There's supposed to be an error type I've implemented before that I... Oh. Okay, errors. I can't really just do this by using keyboard, right? I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that. Derive. Let me just debug, you know, from crate. Just need to. Oh yeah, the derive from crate is something I also learned from Jeremy Collins. Very nice. I mean, you can really do those things yourself by using like derive error, but it does kind of allow a little bit more control, especially for the way I want the errors to look. Learned from Jeremy Cohen again. It's a nice guy. Highly recommend. Alright, so I still haven't learned how to do multi-edits, so in case you're shouting at me right now, sorry. Okay, so we can then just do the error, that, and then, you know, directory. I gotta box it first. Directory, watch your error. Failed to finish correctly. Into, and you know, I can then be nice and good. Then areas. Finish it correctly. Destroy. Director watcher. Then we can take our time to see what that error is. Yeah, so there we go. Looks nice. Ooh, I guess because of the move. So we can clone it and then left that there. But one other thing we need to do is, because this is important, right? As we also, I think this is where it was rather interesting that I didn't realize, right? I actually do need to use the spawn, the synchronous one, because I want to know when. We like to wait for it, right? But do I care about that? Because you know it has. Oh yes, stop it. Sorry. Yeah, I need to know. I can do it all in here, right? This is interesting. I'm not sure. Do I really want to do that? I mean, yeah, it just doesn't matter. Just Tokyo. Spawn. Sync move. This is the interesting part. I am not sure this guy would be happy with me, considering that I just... Okay, then we can also just do... I mean, I know you'll be looking at me like, what the heck is this guy doing, right? But... But it has a good purpose. Almost done. Give me a few 5 minutes. I'm not finished. Alright. So let's see how this is probably going to shoot me in the face, but let's see. Because I'm using the same handle across two different things, and it's not really... okay, so I need to stop this when the canceller, which is cancel signal, but receives... Oh wait, I don't care about the content, so anyway, empty stop. Just need that to no stop. Right? Oh yeah, it needs to be mute. Yeah, is it mutable? Oh yeah, we don't need to clone this anymore. So anyway. It works. Worked charmingly. Okay, no problem. Okay, so yeah, so we can go back here. I think clean these up. This is not needed anymore. Okay. No, it's already done. I think we can just box it and directory, project director watcher. Have it. Well, yeah. And we can clean this up. Yeah. Cool. And I think we should have our... Yeah, we can clean this up as well, because we don't need that anymore. Yeah, and I think... Let's test this. Let's do cargo view. Let's see if everything is good, or if I have annoyance, which I shouldn't, because it's all good. Oh yeah, an unused import? Really? Oh yeah, in the... yeah. Okay, so cargo run. Let's the moment of truth. The truth moment. The moment that we are truly waiting for. Okay, binary. As I said, earlier, the order isn't guaranteed. What's guaranteed is that at least all of it is going to be triggered right. So we can, maybe clear this up. I think we'll Ctrl Shift. and then we can check our application itself, check our reverse proxy, everything is doing well, then test out our directory watching change handler, and ta-da, it works. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Yeah, so now we have directory watching reviewed and working joyously beautifully. So what's next is for me to do some cleanup with some of the code, I think, and yeah, and then I guess next step is to form. Why is it so slow? Oh, okay. I must have shifted. Yeah, and then we can. Yeah. Ah, lovely. Yes, so we have that done. Well, thank you for joining the stream if you did, or watching later. And hope you learned a bit. And I'm sure some things might confuse you. I haven't explained a lot, but yeah, I think we can take this out. But yeah, we now have change reload and working. Yeah, I'm happy. Alright.